Awareness deconstructing consciousness. Imagine that. What a concept. How is the awareness experience happening for you? We're going to actually change course a bit and deepen into the experience of being as awareness while we deconstruct consciousness, whereby reconstructing our reality. I did a post the other day, a video, on this new movie Lucy that's coming out in July. Energetically, for me, that movie is symbolizing in some respects the potential and possibilities for so many of us to dismantle her, this system of consciousness, off of each and every one of us. It's somewhat like a harmonic lattice work. It's a frequency band that we all operate within and exist within this system of consciousness where our perception of reality, that being awareness being the ultimate reality, our perception has been hijacked in this 5 sense perception prison in which we have this experience in which narratives and scripts are playing out. And so as I shift into becoming more and more aware of that which I am as awareness, I feel less inclined to even look at the news, to even engage in this third dimensional experience from the perspective of relating to people in terms of having 3D discussions or 3D talk. So I have not been doing that, and I think it's part of being very selective about who I engage with at this time. I'm very particular about sharing this space time continuum with those that are not at the level that I'm at. So I'm being selfish, but that's only because I'm wanting to play more in my own frequency as awareness. That is, as awareness, as I rest in my heart space, right? What arises in that space of the heart, what transcends all things, is this feeling sensation. And so as I rest in that blissful feeling sensation, what I experience is the totality of who and what I am as awareness. And so now I'm at a stage in which I have been preparing for the past 2 years to play in this state of awareness. Now I have a deeper understanding of what that play entails. And that is I've been getting glimpses over the past year and a half. That is to use my psychic abilities and create a world, a reality construct in which I want. And so when I often say I am awareness and I'm resting in a constant state of paradise, that may not be what awareness is for you, but it certainly is awareness in terms of what I'm experiencing. And the lattice work, the harmonic lattice work, has been created for me to be able to operate and experience life, this life of opulence that is my divine right in this new virtual reality construct. And so this whole idea of playing is letting go of the personality aspect of who I am, letting go of this time-space continuum and just being in the present moment and experiencing what arises in the moment. That's play. That's being in the moment and creating. So as I rest as awareness and I rest in this new virtual reality construct that I'm constructing, because simply the current system that we live in is a virtual reality as well. It's just that it's dismantling off of me. I know that I am experiencing this virtual reality called third dimension. I've lived here for most of my life, and now I'm choosing to shift my perception, shift my reality into another virtual reality construct in which I'm going to create within a new construct and still live within this third dimensional system. How about that? That's the opportunity. This is about reclaiming your power. This is the opportunity for you. I know it sounds different, but as we come to know self as awareness, we are here to express our uniqueness, and yet we live in this system of consciousness which has a background frequency that is set as a grand control mechanism, and it controls your essence as awareness in order to make sure it doesn't step out of the confines of this frequency, this low vibration frequency, this background frequency. But as Lucy states in the movie, all things human are fading away, meaning this background frequency is fading away in which we operate in, and that the harmonic lattice work in which we operate within is dismantling off of her, this system of consciousness. And this is what this transcendence is. This transcendence that some of us are partaking in is the dismantling of her, this system of consciousness, this system of duality, this system of mind awareness through the brain construct, heart awareness, and the split where the mind through the brain has been accessed for most of humanity, and they've been cut off from their heart center by design. This causes the duality, the left brain prison in which most people live in. What it's bringing into balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain and transcending the ego consciousness into the heart consciousness, and then transcending the heart consciousness into awareness. But that's not even talked about when I talk about transcending the heart of consciousness, because that's part of the program as well. Moving into this heart, moving into the heart and experiencing the system of consciousness through the heart is a program as well. It's more in alignment with the truth of who you are, because when we are in the context of the mind, the ego consciousness, that's the artificial overlay that the power control force are using in order to enslave humanity into their survival program. So when we play in the heart, what are we doing? We're experiencing feelings, sensations in the present moment. We're experiencing our dream. It's clearly distinctive when we play in the heart and we dream our purpose and vision into life. We have, as a species, been denied our ability to create as awareness. Because awareness is the ultimate unlimited creative potential in all of us. So the awareness model, deconstructing consciousness. Awareness is abundance, opulence, utopia. It may be different for you. It's it's the highest frequency. Well, awareness is beyond any type of frequency, but we use the very, very high frequency in order to create the highest frequency possible in order to create in this physical dimension now. And so I'm talking about instantaneous creation. That is manifesting your reality as if you are just blinking your eyes and that which you desire materializes. And you may be saying to yourself, oh, Kerrace, why are you talking about manifesting in a world that is where most people are losing their jobs? And because that's what's designed within the system. People don't have money, people don't have jobs, but that's all by design. The power control force created a system in which you grew up into, in which you learned skills in order to create, but in order to create for the system. And now they are taking your creative potential away from you. And you may be asking yourself, well, yeah, that makes sense. Why would they do that? Because they know that you have the ability to learn how to create for yourself and not for the system. So they set up this mechanism, this narrative, this new story of destroying the physical plane and destroying your ability to acquire that which you desire, destroy your ability to live out your life purpose and vision, so that you will acquiesce your rights to know the truth of who and what you are as awareness and create a world and utopia of your own choosing and making. This is what they are trying to circumvent. So when I talk about awareness and abundance, you have to understand that this whole idea of opulence is very real. Why is it that the power control force, those that presume to run this world, live in a state of opulence and you don't? Because they know awareness. They know the qualities of awareness. They know what awareness is, and that how awareness is to live, and how awareness does live in its natural state of being. And so they mirror that opulence that you are. They deny you your right to that opulence, and they use that opulence for their own purpose and means, and devise this system of consciousness in which you live in. So there is a reason why opulence exists and why the power control force live in opulence, because it's the highest frequency available to them. And if they can maintain it and live in opulence, then they can control their system of consciousness. You have to think these things through. So these are not just grand ideas that I'm just thinking up. For those of you who have been following my videos on the awareness model, and prior to that, DeepTruth Media, I've been online talking about all kinds of conspiracy stuff, deconstructing the system and looking at the deeper truths of how the power control force are controlling this system, those that presume they're on this world. And in my process, I have gone through an alchemical process in which I have been able to become detached from this system of consciousness by engaging in a process of information gathering and dissecting and coming to an inner understanding of how the system operates and why it operates the way it does and where we are within this evolutionary trajectory that we're on, and why it is that we're going through what we're going through. This was a part of my own unfoldment, and I decided to share that with those who wanted to participate on the journey with me. But at this particular juncture, I find no more need to share at that level of looking at all the negativity on this physical plane. And now I understand why I was given that assignment. I've been given many assignments, that being one of them. It truly is a glorious time. It's a very exciting time for all of us. So this whole idea of lack and limitation and fear and hostility, those are not concepts of awareness. So what are you creating in your life? What are you manifesting in your reality? Why are you here? What do you like about being in this place of sharing in the deconstruction of consciousness? It is something so unique and extraordinary to embrace the beauty of life. It truly is at this time. It's about pointing yourself to the truth of your life and to know that you're worthwhile, that your life is not something to throw away, ending in the dream of destruction that the power control force have designed for so many, the ISIS jihadists, who are sacrificing themselves for Allah, the story, the narrative. They are caught, so many, in the dream that has been perpetrated on them. But she is revealing herself. She is dismantling her. The dream is dismantling off of you. So one way to look at this physical universe and the evolution of the system of consciousness is as an expanding ocean of pain and suffering and doubt and confusion, where there has been none before this system of consciousness. The conscious self model first brought the experience of pleasure and joy into the physical universe. That is a universe where no phenomena existed before it. It is also becoming evident from a psychological evolution standpoint that this system was never optimized for lasting happiness. On the contrary, it placed us on a hedonic treadmill. We are driven to seek pleasure and joy and avoid pain and depression. The hedonic treadmill is the motor that the universal architects have invented to keep this organism running, the earth. We can recognize the structure within ourselves, and we can escape even though we are the structure. This is what's happening, is this dismantling of the structure of her off of us. So you have to understand that and come to the truth that the world is not going to suddenly end. It's not going to be saved. Humanity is not suddenly going to wake up, although there are those who believe that. It's insanity. The program is not going to suddenly let go. It's about one person at a time, reclaiming their right to their unusual journey into their own authority, allowing them to honor their own uniqueness of who they are, while recognizing how important it is for them to make decisions and not be loaded with general conformity in which others operate on this plane of existence. You know, all those expectations you are to behave in a certain way, do certain things, the conditioning and programming that you've been seduced into. It's about letting go of all that and really uncovering your own uniqueness in the system of consciousness. So in the condition of being in the mind, expressing itself as the inner and outer authority, absorbed in the machinations of survival, will always hold some truth in the attempt to control your future. We are not here to be absorbed in survival consciousness. Our strategy must be to align our lives with that which we are, awareness, and eliminate any resistance or charge, and change the way we make our own decisions. Learn to honor our strategy in our uniqueness in a way that indicates to us the differentiation and fulfillment through expressing our uniqueness in this physical plane. Imagine that, creating a virtual reality, a virtual game that you operate within. That's the opportunity for you. So as we share more as awareness and we dismantle her and remove these programs of survival, the survival program that we've been seduced into, when we let go of our fear to be in the truth of who we are as awareness, when we dismantle her, this placental her, the womb of the mother, off of us, each and every one of us, we can create a virtual reality construct of our own choosing. We can create many virtual realities. I encourage you to just start with one. But that's the opportunity. So as we move forward, we're going to play more. And I'm going to have to learn how to incorporate our life experiences that are going on every day and the power control forces agenda in a way that does not bring negativity into our discussions here. Because when I do that, then I'm operating in duality. I'm moving out of the present moment and I'm back into duality. So it's going to be an art form that I'm going to have to gracefully learn. That's what I'm getting. How do I bring through third dimensional narratives and scripts that are playing out and dissect them in a way that is honoring the awareness that is you in the present moment? So this should be interesting. So as I mentioned initially, I had 17 pages outlined for the awareness model. I'm on page 9. Page 9 of the awareness model. And I got majorly distracted with this whole womb of the mother and the fetal drama and the trauma of birth. And I still have one more piece to do there. I've decided to do one more as opposed to 2 more. I thought there might be 2 more, but just one more piece there on children. And then we're going to move on. And whether I start or continue with the other 17 pages that I have lined out, those will have to be done. Or whether I'm going to dance with playing as awareness, I think that I'm going to have to do that as I'm thinking in the present moment. We're going to have to do a bit of dancing here. It truly is a glorious time to be here. It truly is a glorious time to be alive. I don't know that there's ever been an opportunity for us to create a virtual reality construct of our own that we live in, that we be and express in, that's more in alignment with who we are and our own uniqueness. This is truly about taking back our power, taking back the power of the mind, the system of consciousness that has been posed upon us, and create something so miraculous. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.